Ewen, greetings from Toronto, Canada. How are you today?
I'm very good. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. You know you have a lot of fans here. Just putting that out.
No, thanks, Bonnie.
You were fun to watch in this film, I got to tell you. And I want to know right off the bat, how much did you know about sausage before taking this one on?
I knew zero, and also I got to tell you, the writer-director Ulrich Thompson is a vegan.
Oh, you are kidding! I did not know that.
Seriously,
oh.
And so I don't know what goes on in his head, but he is determined to, to really go to town on this, sausage production. But yeah, and I haven't eaten meat since I was 11 years old. So, we had to have vegetarian sausages, all the sausages in there. Shouldn't be telling you this, it's because it's supposed to be convincing, and it should be convincing for the audience that it's real sausages. But
well, it was. You fooled me for sure, because I'm not vegetarian or vegan, but I got to say, I was going to ask that because, how do you wrap your mind around that? You just said that you haven't had meat, since you were 11 years old. So here you are taking a role being the Sausage King. Come on.
Well, that's a delight. That's a part like that is great fun for any actor, and as long as I wasn't having to deal with real gristle and blood and guts,
you're there.
I'm happy to run with that.
You're in for sure. What was it, Ewan, when you read the script? Because you've been doing so much stuff lately, and I was wondering about this one because as I'm watching it, I've got that kind of Coen Brothers feel to it. It's so kind of madcap. Like here you are, this character Edward. He comes into this town. He doesn't know what the heck to expect, and what ends up happening is insanity, really. So when you read it at first, what was it that kind of hooked you in?
Well, I wasn't sure at first, and because the film that you see compared to the script is really, the film has been wrestled from a really kind of bemusing script. The script was quite hard to sort of untangle, and for me anyway, and I wasn't really. What convinced me to do it, after a lot of conversations with Ulrich, was the belief from Ulrich and our cinematographer, Anthony Dodd Mantle.
Yeah.
I'd worked with a few times before, and is a very good friend of mine, and he knows Ulrich really well, and they'd worked together a lot as well. And I think that belief in a project carries a film where it's not about money, and it's not about connections or anything. It's just about a dream. And they were setting up this production in the middle of New Mexico, in a tiny town village, Roy, which is like 50 miles from a highway. There's no the nearest gas station is like 50 miles away.
Wow.
And or functioning anyway. There's a lot of old ghost towns around there with ghost gas stations and things, but it's really in the middle of winter, and
crazy. Yeah.
It's just a very ambitious dream that Ulrich had, and I guess that's what won me over to it. I didn't know how to sort of make sense of the script at first.
Right.
The belief that people had, and in my experience, having done this for a while now, that is worth more than anything. You can have the best script in the world, and it can turn to dust.
Sure.
If you throw too many dollars at it, on a big budget production, you could have a whole Oscar-winning cast attached and in an incredible piece of writing, but that can turn to dust.
Yeah.
And I've seen that happen over and over again on productions, and I just feel that the magic ingredient, in my experience, is that belief, that childish dream, you know,
For
and
sure.
more than gold.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, when it's a passion project, I sometimes feel as a viewer, even just watching, like you can just tell that there's so much passion that it may not be the best movie in the world, but you got to give them that, you know, and you can see everybody's so devoted to it. So yeah, no, hats off to you for this, because you did a great performance. And I got to tell you, my friend, you look pretty good in the Lederhosen.
Well, that's what 40 years of hard working out training will deliver.
I don't know if I could have worn them, but it worked for you. It worked for you. I have to say, you, and you know, like I said, you've been so busy lately, or you know, maybe you haven't, but all these movies have been coming out that you're in. You know, recently just saw Creation Stories, which, oh my God, I thought you did such a fantastic job about that in that film, playing Alan McGee. And I'm wondering, you know, and of course, First Cow, working with Kelly Reichardt. I mean, honestly, I love that woman to death. You know, really, you've had some great opportunity. But to go back to playing Alan, when you're playing somebody real life, do you find that that's more of a pressure on you than playing a character that's what, you know, hadn't lived?
If had that script been written by another writer, then maybe, but the writer was Irvin Welsh.
Yeah.
Who wrote Trainspotting and Acid House and, you know,
Yeah.
many films now and many books, and his voice is so subversive and kind of grotesque and smart that he gives license to really go beyond the real, you know, in his work. So you know, I didn't feel the pressure like, oh my God, I have to get it exactly like Alan. And if I did, you wouldn't understand a word I was saying in the film. And also
it was hard even listening. Yeah, it was, his brogue is so thick. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and the film's so rapid, you know. We
Yeah.
knew
Yes.
the energy that we needed to get this story through the mill, you know, like in 90 minutes or whatever. We needed to really race. So language wise, everything has to be, you know.
Yeah.
And there's certain things that we, you know, had to accommodate to make that possible. And so I wasn't really trying to be authentically documentary Alan McGee.
Yeah, no,
I was me and Nick Moran, the director, were really kind of trying to push that envelope into, you know, how far you could take this guy and kind of have enjoy it, you know, without taking him too seriously, or without
no, it was fascinating. It was such a great performance, honestly. Like I was really, and there were a lot of things I didn't know about him, especially a lot of the musicians who he brought to light. I mean, unbelievable. You know, as I said, you've worked with so many amazing people, especially directors over the years, you know, going back, of course, to Danny Boyle and Mike Leigh, Ridley Scott. I mean, I could sit here for an hour and name them all. Is there any director that's really kind of infused your performances over the years, that's somebody who sticks out and goes, wow, I really learned from that guy?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's been many, like you say, Mike Leigh, he really pushed me to my limits, although, you know, my involvement in actual filming was really brief, but as an actor, he really opened me up and forced me to kind of achieve or try to achieve something I didn't feel I was capable of. And that's something I carry with me over all the years, and serves me. I'd say absolutely Danny Boyle. Danny Boyle, he trusts his cast instincts very much, and he never says to anyone, do it like this. Neither does Mike Leigh. He never tells anyone like, oh, I want you to do it like this. I want you to say he always kind of trusts the initiative and works with the initiative that the actors have.
Yeah.
And as an actor, to have the confidence or belief to allow yourself to have initiative, and to follow that, and to trust that that will take you somewhere. That's really valuable.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times as an actor, you might be working in an environment where you feel like, oh, I better just shut up and say the lines, because that's, that way I'm not going to upset anybody, and if it doesn't work, then it's just,
yeah.
It's not. But Danny encourages you to have initiative, take it and run with it. And that's about trust and courage. And I'd say, yeah, I've got, there's plenty of examples of directors that have
I'm sure.
given me stuff that has really opened up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I
feel very fortunate
yeah.
to have worked with the directors I've worked with.
Well, I mean, we're fortunate for all the performances Train Spotting, and then to have had the opportunity to revisit that. I mean, what a gift.
Yes, incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. Are we going to see you in Train Spotting the musical now? This could be the next.
Let's see. I don't know. Anything is possible.
I'd like to see Spud singing and dancing. I think that would be a lot of fun. So just to wrap it up, what are we going to see next? I know you're just continuously working. I think you have a mini series or a series that you're going to be working on, or what's going on?
Yeah, I'm working on an HBO Max series just now with Taika Waititi called Our Flag Means Death.
Oh, yeah.
It's about terrible pirates, but terrible in the sense that they're absolutely incompetent, and
that's great.
The wrong pirates, the wrong place, the wrong time, and it all goes wrong, horribly wrong.
I love it.
But it's a beautiful story. That's based on a true story about a guy called Steve Bonnet, who was a wealthy aristocrat who decided he didn't like his life anymore and he wanted to be a pirate, and that's played by Rhys Darby.
Wow.
Together, he commissions a pirate ship and he goes in the high seas and he doesn't know what he's doing, And I've also been working on a movie with Clark Middleton, who's in the American Sausage Standoff.
Yes.
The minister in that, and he tragically passed away.
I know.
A year ago, and
I loved watching him on The Blacklist. That was sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great
actor. So he put together a project just before he died, and he wrote me in to direct a large chunk of it alongside him and a couple of other directors, and in the middle of that production he passed away. So we were making it remotely with actors all over the world. It's called Bluefish.
Wow.
And there's actors in, like, I don't know, maybe 6 different continents or something, 30 different countries all over the world. So we're at the moment moving into the edit stage of that film. So that's, I don't know where that's going to land, but it's quite a special project.
Well, we look forward to that. I really do want to thank you so much for your time today, Ewen. Big fan. Watching you from day one, my friend, and you really are good in this one. And best of luck to you with everything. Hopefully we can see you in person sometime soon. Really appreciate your time today, Ewen. Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you.
Okay. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.